very basic synopsis in the first email that I was sent about what this youth venture is, but could someone maybe just go into a little bit more detail and just say what it is that we're actually doing?
Well, our venture is about like mental health and spreading awareness around our community. It's not just the school community. So this thought or idea of our venture first came up about like when we were watching this sort of like speech that this group made at the UN just recently, like I think like a couple months ago, where they talked about like you have no identity unless you forgive yourself and you show others who you truly are. And also Maria, our guest speaker from our 2018 fall kickoff, she was really inspiring because she told us that not until you literally write your story out, you won't know the path in your story. So she told us to literally write our story. And just like she told us that a couple of days before she was going to speak to us, she said that she found the paper where she wrote all her stuff down and everything. And she's like, this is my life right here. I own the company now. I went to college. I have kids and all that stuff. And it was like really inspiring to us. And we have like, personally me, I've dealt with a lot of, with some sort of like mental issue before. Dealt with depression a couple like months ago. Like not like recently, but I'm just starting to learn how to like just go with it.
Sure, yeah.
With that, I feel like that was kind of the drive. That was like really like with those inspirations. It's what really pushed us. When we have a lot of our friends we know that struggle through a lot of like mental health issues. I feel like there's a point in our lives where we all do, and even if we don't realize it, I feel like there is a point where we go through really hard times. And we were looking around at our friends and even teachers and just faculty members in general, and kids are very unaware of what mental health is. You're not taught about it. There is no class where you learn about mental health. We used to have a health class. It's not funded anymore, and you're not taught that. You're not taught how it happens or how you can help yourself. And a lot of kids do get bullied for it because there's this kind of stigma around it. And our venture wants to break that stigma because it's such an important thing, really, because the more we ignore it, the worse it's going to get.
Okay. So we want to eliminate stigma. What are the plans? I mean, do we have ideas for how we're going to do this, or maybe like events you guys are working on?
Yeah, so our school holds an annual winter carnival. So there we're just going to, basically, it's where we're going to start our first like fundraising stuff, things like that, selling hot chocolate and, selling different things and really getting people to know who we are and what we are. So that's kind of our first step, is working on that. That's what we're going to be doing this week and a few weeks after. And we're actually going to be studying some facts about mental health. I have like books on that right now that I just got. So we're going to be studying that, working on a fundraiser to hold in school. That's still being planned. And our ally, who's our music teacher, Mrs. LeMay, was giving us some ideas. She's really useful. And she was telling us, well, maybe you could make a club for kids who could sit around and talk about their experiences or what we can do to help kids. So that's kind of an idea we're working on right now too.
Okay. And would the proceeds from that fundraiser go toward that club and any kind of things that you guys do?
We're planning on donating to UNICEF and NAMI.
Okay.
So those two organizations too as well.
Great. Okay.
We're going to try to look out for more local mental health organizations around Leominster. And when we were at our panel, they recommended us NAMI, which is more local around here.
Right. Okay. I want to turn this over to your teacher here. I just have a question. I'd be curious to get your perspective on just the issue of mental health in a middle school setting. I know that we always talk about stigma surrounding these things just in society at large, but as far as like just in this school or any school, I mean, do we see this becoming a thing that is more talked about? Like, are we at that point where kids are being more open about this?
Well, it's interesting you say that because these girls are amazing. I think, number one, I would say it's the prevailing health issue with kids. And it's interesting, the kids more and more are opening up about it and talking about their struggles, or a lot of students, it may not be them, but it's somebody at home. The kids are opening up about it, but there's no forum for that in terms of, okay, so you're struggling with this, what do we do? And I think that's one of the things that they are pointing out, that they notice. There's definitely a need, and the kids are being more and more open about it. It actually amazes me how open the kids are. They want to talk about it.